Hi everyone. My name is Klaus. I think most of you have met me a few times, and this year I brought Matthias. And we're gonna give you a little something we gave a teaser about last year. I can just show the program in the next one. So Matthias is gonna explain about the real guy behind Hængslet. And Matthias is going to explain a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk about the API, and then taking some old projects from some years ago at KCT, explaining where they are today, and then just very shortly about some feedback. Yeah, over to you, Matthias.
Yes, this is my first KCT this year, following Thomas's change to value. And he told you a little bit about this project called Hængslet last year. Hængslet is a project that I have been working a lot on since 2022 in RAMBOLL. Probably like 2 years designing and now 2 years in the construction phase. And it is a very, very complicated and very extraordinary building. It is primarily made in situ cast concrete. What you see is that we have this curved roof, basically. It is curved in 2 directions, and it is basically the roof over the ground floor. And it is, in all sense of the words, a roof, because on top of that floor is outside. So you have this, say, intermediate floor that is actually outside, and then you have the rest of the building on top. And this outside story, so to say, is this is only columns and 1 wall on this story. So it is a very, very special static system. On top of these columns, we have 2 stabilizing cores. One of them in a trapezoidal shape, the other in another double curvature shape, the cocoon they call it. And we have made all of this in film design, and that was quite a challenge, I'd say. A lot of the design was done in film design, and some was done using some post-processing, so using the labeled resultants or labeled sections and taking the resulting forces out and doing some beam calculations and stuff. And then also these decks or slabs are post tensions because they are cantilevered approximately 4.5 meters because the columns should not be in the facade. So they are really heavy duty, these slabs. So this is approximately where we are right now in construction. We have finished the bakken, as we call it, Danish word for hill. And the first stage of the cocoon will be cast next week. As you see, it is hovering right now because we couldn't make the columns until afterwards. This section of the cocoon has been cast. So it is on a big platform with a lot of steel under it and some temporary supports. Yeah. So I just wanted to show a little bit from the construction phase. This is the first casting. It was cast in 4 parts, the bakken, and this part was an inclination of approximately 35%, and that's not too easy to handle with concrete. So that was a big challenge for the contractors, especially. And then there were very strict requirements from the underside of this structure because it is going to be visible. And this is a guy who cares a lot about the visibility and the look and feel about his building. So all the lines should be parallel and very nice. And they are 1 by 1 meter in this formwork. So it is 1,484 completely unique boxes made of 15 pieces of wood, made in Austria and then transported to site and assembled there. So that took a lot of time. Yeah. The cocoon, this is approximately where it is now. There's some casework on the outside now also, but all this reinforcement had to be hot rolled into the shape because it is 16 diameter, so it's not something you can just bend on side. And they have spent a lot of time on this because, again, the visibility of the surface is extremely important for the finished project. Yeah, and then this connection to the columns you see on the right side, I spent a lot of time on that also because this cocoon hangs on the sides of these columns, so that was a big challenge as well. And we had to have a lot of reinforcement out through the formwork, so that was also quite a challenge. And yeah, and then we also see our columns quite large. The reinforcement is through 2 stories because there was no geometrical space to do the laps in the section without losing too much effective height in the cross section. So that's why they are so tall, the reinforcement still. Yeah. And I could talk about this project for a very, very long time, but we don't have a very long time, so we will talk quickly about what we have used the API for in FemDesign in recent year. I have used it for this, where we have a load takedown program in Denmark called NemStatik that is very commonly used in the precast industry, but I think it is a bit crude in the design of the walls. And it is Excel based, so basically I just made a script to take all the loads and all the geometry and put it into the HTML file, and you can do the calculations either elastically or elastoplastic or whatever might suit you over there. A little bit about some core layout. I won't say too much about this. It was just that we have a building where I used, because it's in early design phase, so this core layout is changing all the time. So we did this in Grasshopper to be able to quickly just flip some numbers and then get the new geometry and then load it into our main model. Personally, I would find it useful to be able to link this model into my, say, main model. I know it's not a big deal to just do it for the API or something else, but I think it's just my way of working. I don't know if it's something you've ever been asked about before, but yeah. I think I will pass it on to Claus.
Yeah.
Who will go through some other stuff
From
previous years.
previous years, yeah. So I'm very happy that some guys talked about the Copenhagen Metro already. And I'm just going to let you digest this picture. The more you look at it, the more confused you get, because the trash can, for example, is on the wall. Can't see where I'm going because the sign is twisted. The monitor for check-in is on the wall in 20 meters height. But that's what's happened in the new Metro, because there was an artist called Superflex thought that the Metro is a space that doesn't belong in reality, and that's why we twisted everything 90 degrees. So if you ever get to Copenhagen, Havneholmen Station is something you need to see. And I hope that this is the first and only time that I've been asked to design supports for a trash can that you can't use. But in 2019, I had to get some help from Mosen because he's better at saving my presentations than I am. And in 2019, we presented this, which was the Sydhavn Extension Metro. So this was the FemDesign model back then. And this is how it looks today. It's open, fully functional. It's something that I'm really proud of, that I've been a part of. You have the station box walls. You have the concourse slab. You have the composite beam, roof beams, and then architectural finishes with this, which is essentially cladding, escalator landings. I find it a little bit harsh to call it architectural finishes because it's quite a structural task to design them. But everything on the Sydhavn Metro has been designed using FemDesign, and it's real life now, which is always nice to see. Then we go 4 years, some COVID and stuff, and then we go 4 years ahead, and we presented a project called Kanalbyen. So there you have a double curved slab, similar to what is it, a roof? I think it might be a roof actually, a double curved roof, similar to what Matthias showed. And then we have these very weird column sections, and it was quite a task to kind of get them designed in FemDesign, and I don't think anyone believed that it was actually going to happen, but this is from the factory, so they are 3D printing these columns as we speak, and then it's coming up very soon, so that's also really cool. Then last year we presented Basin 7, mainly on the ground slab. There's a lot of piles, and those piles each had different stiffnesses. There's absolutely, for those who knows Aarhus and the Aarhus Ø, there's absolutely no soil capacity out there, so it's a lot of piles. And everything was kind of, each pile got its own stiffness based on tests from site, and then that was input into the model to check that the ground slab was working as intended. And the picture on the right is from when they casted the ground slab, and then Matthias got help from one of his colleagues in Aarhus who's on site, and she sent us this picture, which is how it looks right now. So we are almost there. It's gonna be the walk. You can walk all the way around the building, and that's gonna be public. So I can't wait to take that walk, and then you can kind of get a view of all of Aarhus. So yeah, that's really cool. The point of this presentation is kind of just to show that what we actually present and what the ideas we get in FemDesign actually happen in real life, which I don't think I presented before. So that was just a little bit about that. Then some feedback. Most of you also know that I like sending feedback, and a lot of it, because I know Strusov listens to me, and I think it's amazing. And don't worry, I'm not gonna take you through I think it was 50 items I sent last week. So if you want it, you can just ask me, I can send you it, and you can see if you agree or not. But otherwise, I'm gonna let Ivona and Kasper worry about that. But I can say already now, 2nd generation Eurocode, 7th degree of freedom, it's gonna be a harsh transition. It's gonna be something that we're gonna struggle with out in reality. There's gonna be a lot of feedback on it because we're gonna do it the wrong way, or it's not, like if you catch all the changes in the new Eurocode first step, I would be very impressed. So I think there's gonna be like a transition period now, which is also why I said the earlier we get the 2nd generation, so we can kind of start testing it. Not that we should use it, because we're not allowed to use it before the national annexes, but that we can try and use it and see kind of what we believe. Then I think we can start this whole conversation about it, and then it's going to be good in 2027 when we start using it. Next one is company settings. Last year we presented about that we've kind of aligned all RAMBOLL to the company settings in FemDesign, but I'm gonna give you a final warning. We need it as an integrated part, and I've said that for 2 years now. I can't get 500 structural engineers to open a folder and press get this company settings, and then if I make an update to the company settings, I need to tell those 500 structural engineers to do that. So we need to kind of, maybe first time you get company settings, that's fine, you need to get it somewhere, but if an update is done, then it should be a pop-up when people open the FemDesign to say there's new company settings, do you want it, or something like that. If you don't do it, then we're gonna do it ourselves in RAMBOLL. We're gonna make a script or something, because right now it's too complicated. Then found this workflow diagram from Steele. I think, where is he? Can't find him, but a very good favorite of mine did that. And the funny thing is that in the new Eurocode you have a workflow diagram which looks very similar to this. So even the people behind the Eurocode listens to Joni. But what we were thinking is that for next year's KCT maybe, it's just a suggestion, Mosen, to get something about timber design. There's a lot of different ways to handle timber design. We have a lot of nice buttons. What's your approach? How do you think we should do it? And we can kind of start a discussion. And Joni is looking positively at me. Because as Marta also presented, the Eurocode for timber is gonna go from, what was it, 3.5 times bigger. So timber is gonna be very interesting. It's gonna go from a lot of research papers, and this guy used to do that, and to actually having a Eurocode. So please, Joni. Yeah, but that's all from us. So thanks.